What if we told you that 80% of content creation can be automated while actually improving quality? Not with expensive agencies, not with a massive team, but with what we call an artificial intelligence ghost employee. This is not about replacing creativity, it is about multiplying your output without burning out. The businesses using this approach are producing 10 times more content in half the time. And today, we are showing you exactly how to build your own artificial intelligence content system. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we help working professionals build sustainable online businesses without sacrificing their lives. We have spent years testing every productivity hack and automation tool to find what actually works. What we discovered changed everything about how we approach content creation. Over the next 10 minutes, you are going to learn why traditional content creation keeps you stuck on a hamster wheel. We are revealing the root cause that nobody talks about and the exact framework for building an artificial intelligence ghost employee that handles 80% of your content work. At the end, we are sharing how Brian went from creating 8 pieces of content monthly to 60 pieces while working fewer hours. Problem: let us paint a picture you probably know too well. You sit down Sunday evening to batch create content for the week ahead. You have got your coffee, your notes, your creative energy ready to go. 2 hours later, you have created 1 mediocre post and 3 half-finished drafts. The blinking cursor mocks you as you struggle to find the right words. You know you need consistent content to grow your business, but the process drains every ounce of creative energy you have. Monday hits, and you are already behind. You have a full-time job, client work, and a dozen other responsibilities pulling at your attention. Content creation gets pushed to tomorrow, then the next day, then suddenly it is Friday, and you have posted nothing all week. The guilt sets in. You watch competitors posting daily, building audiences, getting engagement while you struggle to post twice a week. You tell yourself you will do better next week, but deep down you know the same pattern will repeat. Here is what makes it worse. When you do create content, it takes forever, and the results are inconsistent. One post gets great engagement, the next one flops, and you have no idea why. You cannot scale what you cannot systematize. You have tried batching, you have tried templates, you have tried waking up earlier. Nothing sticks because the fundamental problem remains. Content creation requires too much time and mental energy for the results you are getting. The burnout is real. Every piece of content feels like climbing a mountain. You start resenting the process that is supposed to grow your business. Some weeks you consider giving up entirely because maintaining this pace seems impossible. Problem: so, why does content creation feel so overwhelming for most business owners? The answer is going to shift how you think about the entire process. The problem is not your creativity, your work ethic, or your ideas. The real issue is that we approach content creation as a manual, start-to-finish process. We think we need to do everything ourselves: research, ideation, drafting, editing, formatting, scheduling. This made sense before artificial intelligence, but it is completely outdated now. Think about what content creation actually involves. There are creative decisions that require human judgment and strategic thinking, but there are also repetitive tasks like formatting, research compilation, first draft generation, and repurposing that do not require your unique expertise. Most people spend 80% of their content time on these low-value tasks. You are using your highest-level thinking for activities that could be systematized. This is why it feels exhausting and why you cannot scale. Here is the deeper insight. Content creation is not one skill. It is actually a workflow of multiple distinct tasks: research, outline creation, writing, editing, optimization, formatting, and distribution. When you try to do all of these yourself, you become the bottleneck. The traditional advice makes this worse. Everyone tells you to find your authentic voice, to be personal, to share your unique perspective. This is true for the strategic and creative elements, but we misapply it to every single step of the process. You do not need to personally format every post. You do not need to manually research every statistic. You do not need to write every first draft from scratch. These tasks can be delegated to systems and tools while you focus on the high-value strategic work. This is why successful content creators seem to produce unlimited content. They are not working harder or longer. They have built systems that handle the repetitive work while they focus only on the elements that require human creativity and judgment. Here is what actually works. Instead of doing everything manually, you build what we call an artificial intelligence ghost employee. This is a systematic approach that automates the repetitive 80% while amplifying your creative 20%. Solutions framework. The Artificial Intelligence Ghost Employee Framework has 4 core components that work together to multiply your content output. Each component handles specific tasks in your content workflow. This is not about replacing you, it is about extending your capabilities. Component 1 is the Research Assistant. This handles gathering information, finding statistics, compiling competitor analysis, and organizing reference materials. You tell it what topic you need researched, and it delivers organized notes. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity excel at this when given proper prompts. Component 2 is the Draft Generator. This creates first drafts based on your outline, style guide, and key points. The draft is never final, but it gives you 80% of the structure, so you spend your time refining rather than staring at blank pages. Component 3 is the Repurposing Engine. This takes one piece of content and transforms it into multiple formats. A blog post becomes social posts, email content, video scripts, and quote graphics. The core ideas stay consistent, but the format changes for different platforms. Component 4 is the Optimization Specialist. This handles SEO research, headline testing, formatting for readability, and platform-specific adjustments. It ensures your content is not just created, but actually optimized for performance and discovery. Together, these 4 components create a content system that runs with minimal daily input. You provide strategy, final polish, and creative direction. The Artificial Intelligence Ghost Employee handles everything else. Solutions, tactics. Let us break down how to build the system starting today. For your Research Assistant, create a prompt library in a simple document. Write 5 to 10 prompts for common research tasks you do repeatedly. For example, a prompt might say, research the top 5 challenges that financial advisors face with client retention and provide 3 statistics from credible sources for each challenge. Test and refine these prompts until they consistently deliver what you need. Save the best ones for reuse. For your draft generator, start by creating a style guide document. This includes your tone of voice, common phrases you use, topics you cover, and formatting preferences. Feed this to your artificial intelligence tool along with your outline. The prompt structure should be, here is my style guide, here is my outline. Create a first draft that matches this style and covers these points. The first few attempts will need heavy editing, but the tool learns your style over time. Remember to like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on building these systems. For your repurposing engine, develop templates for each content format you use. If you post on 3 platforms, create templates that show how to adapt content for each. Then use artificial intelligence to fill those templates with variations of your core content. A single blog post can become 10 social posts, 3 email newsletters, 5 quote graphics, and a video script. The key is giving your artificial intelligence tool the template structure and asking it to adapt the core ideas. For your optimization specialist, create checklists for each content type. What makes a good headline? What SEO elements are needed? What formatting improves readability? Use artificial intelligence to check your content against these criteria and suggest improvements. Tools like Hemingway App Grammarly and Surfer SEO can integrate into this workflow. The goal is catching optimization opportunities you might miss when you are deep in creation mode. Here is the workflow that ties it all together. Monday, you spend 30 minutes giving your artificial intelligence research assistant topics for the week. Tuesday, you review research and create outlines for 3 to 5 pieces. Wednesday, your draft generator creates first drafts overnight while you sleep. Thursday, you spend 2 hours editing and adding your unique insights to transform drafts into final pieces. Friday, your repurposing engine creates variations, and your optimization specialist ensures everything is polished. You batch your strategic thinking and creative polish. The artificial intelligence ghost employee handles everything else. This workflow creates 20 to 30 pieces of content weekly with just 5 to 8 hours of your actual time. Success story, let us tell you about Brian, because his transformation shows exactly why this system works. Brian runs a marketing consulting business and knew he needed consistent content to attract clients. But between client work and business operations, he could barely create 8 pieces of content monthly. He was spending 15 hours a month on content and seeing minimal results. His engagement was low, his audience was not growing, and he felt constantly behind competitors who seemed to post effortlessly. Brian came to KB Bluetree ready to either scale his content or give up on it entirely. We helped him implement the Artificial Intelligence Ghost Employee Framework over 4 weeks. First, he built his prompt library and style guide. Second, he established the 4-component system with specific tools for each. Third, he tested and refined his workflow until it felt natural. The results were immediate and dramatic. Within 2 months, Brian was producing 60 pieces of content monthly, a 7 times increase. But here is what matters more. He was only spending 6 hours a month on content creation, less than half his previous time investment. His engagement rates doubled because he was posting consistently and testing more variations. His email list grew by 300% in 6 months. His LinkedIn following went from 800 to 5,000. Most importantly, he closed 4 new clients who found him through his content. Brian told us the game changer was not working more, but working differently. His artificial intelligence ghost employee handled research, drafting, repurposing, and optimization. He focused only on strategy, unique insights, and final polish. The content felt more authentic because he was not exhausted trying to do everything himself. Today, Brian spends his creative energy on high-value activities while his system handles the repetitive work. He has reclaimed his evenings and weekends while producing more content than he ever thought possible. That is the power of building systems instead of relying on hustle. Recap. Let us bring this all together for you. Content creation overwhelms most business owners because we try to do everything manually. The solution is building an artificial intelligence ghost employee with 4 components: research assistant, draft generator, repurposing engine, and optimization specialist. This system automates 80% of the work while amplifying your creative output. Call to action here is what we want you to do right now. Pick one component and implement it this week. Create 3 research prompts, build your style guide, or develop 1 repurposing template. Start small and build momentum. Every system you implement multiplies your output while reducing your workload. And if you found this valuable, like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on building sustainable online businesses. Hit that notification bell because next week we are breaking down the exact prompts and tools we use for each component of the Artificial Intelligence Ghost Employee system. Remember, the goal is not to work more hours, but to multiply what each hour produces. You've got this.